How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Bastard Beer Reviews back with yet another review. And another IPA. Seems like we're kind of on an IPA kick. So hopefully this one shows improves. I've actually never had this before. It's Dogfish Head 75-minute IPA. I've had their 60, I've had their 90, I've had a ton of their 120s. But for some reason I've never actually had their 75-minute IPA. I have friends of mine who are as picky as I am when it comes to IPAs. Say that this is definitely a winner, so it's a nice, brisk, early fall night out in northeastern Pennsylvania, and I figured, hey, might as well warm myself up with a nice 75-minute IPA from Dogfish Head. So yeah, super excited about it. It is their 75-minute IPA, for those that don't know, is a mixture of their 90 and their 60, and then it's with maple syrup, and it's bottle conditioned. I don't believe it's cask conditioned, but yeah, as far as what it says on the label, it says Dogfish Head 75-minute IPA, a bottle conditioned Indian Pale Ale with maple syrup, 7.5% alcohol by volume. Let's see, it says on the side here, off-center ales for off-centered people. There are some situations when 90 is too much, and there are other situations 60 is too little. There are many situations where 75 is just right. Bottle conditioned with pure maple syrup from Complexity and dry hopped out the Bezeljesm boards. Brewed by Dogfish Head, blah blah blah. Government warning, malarkey on the side, but yeah. Bottle wise, label wise, awesome. I'm always a fan of branded, like etched glass bottles. It has a nice Dogfish Head label on the side here that's kind of raised out. That's always a winner for me. And label wise, Dogfish Head does it for me label wise. A lot of their stuff does. I bypass a lot of their beers because I'm not a humongous fan of Dogfish Head. Not that I don't like a lot of their beers. There are quite a few that I do like, but they produce so many, and the ratio of what I like to how many they produce is probably less than 50-50. So, not that I bypass them a lot, it's just that it's tough to weed through the amount of beers I do put out. And with us being in northeastern Pennsylvania here at Master Beer Reviews, we get a ton of distribution from. But label-wise, I mean, I don't know if you can see it, but I mean, it's just a fantastic label. The artwork, everything about it is pretty badass. So yeah, it kind of looks like Elvis in a Groucho Marx glasses costume, cracking opening a keg. Yeah, just kind of cool. So yeah, but as I always say, proofs in the beer. Label can be awesome, but if beer sucks, it sucks. So we'll see what we got here. There's no dating on this bottle either. I tried to find it. If there is, I couldn't find it. So yeah, oh, you know what? I just found it up here. It's almost a year old. With it being an IPA, I mean, you'd be like, oh, almost a year old. But I actually like aged IPAs, and aged 120 is one of my favorite beers. And with this kind of being like a twist on it, you know what I mean? It's bottle conditioned. You know, it's mixed with maple syrup. It's kind of aged on boards. I believe, or cask age. I've read some stuff that is, some stuff that isn't. Anyway, regardless, the age shouldn't do this too much damage. So hopefully we got something pretty tasty in our hands. That head's going to want to be there for a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a head. That is a fist-sized head. That is white as white can be. Might be a hair off weight, but I mean, for my eyeballs, it looks about as white as you can get. Super duper tiny bubbles. Super creamy top. Like I said, doesn't seem like it wants to go anywhere anytime soon. Let's see. Color-wise, I mean, it's a really kind of like hazy, yellowish tint of your orangish colors. Actually, it looks quite nice. That haze in there just makes it that much more appealing. Looks like it has a bit of body to it, which is nice. I mean, being bottle conditioned, you expect to have that in there. But yeah, not a ton in the glass. Could get much in there with that head being there, but yeah, looks quite nice. Let's see if we can get a nose off this sucker, even though she's halfway up the glass. Oh, it smells fantastic, actually. Oh yeah. That smells really, 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 really good. you can definitely smell the maple syrup in there. I'm a maple junkie. My favorite pumpkin beer this year is Maple Mistress from Saucony Creek, which is technically it's their which their pumpkin beer, but is butternut squash beer. Ton of maple in it, and it's just become one of my go-to, just having the fridge at all time beers. So whenever there's maple and stuff, I'm coming and running. So you smell the maple and you smell the hops. It's a nice citrusy hop, nothing too crazy, nothing overpowering. It's like not complimentary. It's like playing exactly with the mapleness, the maltiness, the sweetness, of the maple syrup, and then the hops are just playing right off of each other perfectly, where it smells infinitely well balanced. Oh yeah, that smells delicious. Ton of maple in there. So I'm gonna try to dive right through this head and jump in there. It's good beer. That's good. I like it. Definitely, I mean, it's one of the better IPAs I've had as of late. I mean, it's not super in your face with the hops, and it's definitely not giving me that killer dry finish I've been kind of getting lately when I've been trying. What did I review lately? I reviewed a bunch of Firestone Walker stuff that had that super, super dry finish. This lacks that, but it still has that nice hop to it. Not a ton of maple in the taste, but it's there. You can taste it. It's not overpowering. Same way with the hops. The hops are there, but they're just an equal part of the beer to the point where it's like just all gelling together, complementary to the point where it just tastes like a really good beer. It's almost like, it's weird because it's 7.5% alcohol, so it's a bit north of a session beer, but this tastes like, to me, something I'd like to session out. I mean, I'm by myself tonight, so this whole thing's going to be drank, so we'll see how it affects me in the long run, but it's really nice. It's super drinkable, zero booze, nice mouthfeel. It's not like creamy, but it's got a nice, again, smoothness to it. A nice slight bit of creaminess to the point where it's like not thin, not thick, somewhere south of creamy. Taste-wise, like I said, a little bit of maple, nice amount of hop. Not that dry finish that I'm not a big fan of when it comes to hoppy beers. And it's just really, really, really drinkable to the point where I just want to keep chugging it, which to me is a sign of a good beer. Obviously, I like it. Rating-wise, as far as rating, I'd have to give it like a 90. Yeah, give it a solid 90. As far as availability, I don't see it a ton in this area. So I'm going to have to give it like a 2, maybe a 3 on availability. Value-wise, I think I got this for like... Dogfish Head... See, I'm going to be skewed by this. Dogfish Head, I think their 750s are super overpriced. In my area, northeastern Pennsylvania, most Dogfish Head 750s run anywhere from like $18 to like $30. Usually more in the mid-20 range. And this, I think I got around like $17. So for what they typically produce, money-wise, I mean, I guess it would be like I'd give it like a 5 on a value scale. I still think it should be down around a $15 range. I think their whole pricing scale is just skewed a little bit high, but people love Dogfish Head, so people are buying it, then, hey, you market at what people are going to pay for it. So, yeah, like I said, solid 90. It's just a really, really good beer. One of the better IPAs I've had in a while. In a way that it's just not like in your face overpowering in the hotness. I know, a lot of people like their double IPAs or imperial IPAs. They want them to be like super, super, super in your face with that hop note. But yeah. It's just really easily drinkable, really welcoming. and just overall, just a really nice beer. So yeah, Dogfish Head, 75 minute. If you're a fan of IPAs, you like something super drinkable, pick it up. If you like good beer in general, it's worth a whirl. I mean, that bottle condition combined with the maple syrup just brings that next level element to an IPA that you typically don't get, and it's super, super welcome. So yeah, another review in the books. Matt with Master Beer Reviews. Hopefully you enjoyed the review. If you enjoyed it, if you hated it, or somewhere in between, please leave comments in the comment section below, and like and share and all that fun stuff. If you'd like to check us out anywhere else on the internet, you can on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Massive Beers. At all three of those places. We're way more active on Instagram, doing a whole bunch of stuff in there besides just beer review stuff. So if you can check us out anywhere, check us out there besides YouTube, of course. And yeah, another one down. So hopefully you enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a really good beer. And hopefully you see you next time. Cheers.